Oh, hi,
Hi,
Oscar.
Lee.
She can't see you. She's sitting with Animal Crossing on the sofa. Okay, and we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Every case involving cybercrime that I've been involved in, I've never found a master criminal sitting somewhere in Russia or Hong Kong or Beijing. It always ends up that somebody at the company did something they weren't supposed to do. They read an email and they went to a website they weren't supposed to.
It is the bungled crime that brings remorse.
Oh, that's where the emorse is from. A quote from your quote.
A quote from my quote, and from Woodhouse. Where's yours from? From
I can't pronounce his name. It's Frank Abagnale, I think. Abagnale, an American con man, now turned security consultant.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And thus, welcome to this remote episode of How Do I Rob This, the podcast where we plan the perfect heist in the trying times of the corona lockdown.
Remotely interesting, remotely entertaining, and in all aspects of remote.
Yeah. Oscar Brown and I are as far apart from each other as we can be through the internet, through several VCN clients, to make sure that our identities are kept a secret from everyone but you, the listener. We are also live recording on our 2 ancient MacBooks, I presume.
Mine's fairly new.
Oh, I see. Well, the camera doesn't look like that. Okay, well, yeah.
That's because there's no light.
There's no light.
And I haven't wiped down my screen for ages. See, I'm so remote, you don't even know where I am.
No, again, like from what I can see, I would say you are in the cellar, held by a chocolate manufacturer.
Yeah, it's not though. That's just, old enamel stuff.
Yeah, and this welcome to How Do I Rob This, the podcast where we plan the perfect heist. With me, as always, is no one in particular because we are all on lockdown. We're recording this amidst the corona crisis. Well, this is new, but
so we're not going to say too much about the corona crisis, but we did agree beforehand that we're going to do the heist with all the
corona rules currently.
Corona rules that apply now. So what has to happen now? So like social distancing needs to keep in place.
If something is closed down, it's closed down for the duration of the heist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's quite an interesting scenario. I mean, if you would have asked me, I don't know, 2-3 months ago, like you would have given me the same scenario, I would have told you that's ridiculous. Like we try and keep close to real life.
I too would have absolutely called you insane had you told me a few months ago that the governments of the world will just decide, no, all schools are closed, you're all staying indoors, all shops are going to be closed down for the duration, no travel, keep your distance, wear a mask when grocery shopping. I would never have believed this to turn reality.
No. Mind you, if you told me 3 months ago that around this time you do nothing but go jogging and spend time inside playing Wii Fitness, then I would say, yeah, that's exactly what you would be doing. So your life hasn't changed that much, has it?
No, true. I mean, I can't go climbing anymore, which is a huge drag.
Oh, that is a bummer. Yes.
Yeah, and I try to obviously no football. You prophetic man that you are, just injured yourself.
Yeah,
days before this all started.
It was cool.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way?
All good now. I'm ready to start playing again now, actually.
Well, I mean, we will be playing next season.
Yeah.
Or if they just redo 2020, which I believe is the reasonable thing.
Is the way to do it?
We'll just call this a lost year and never talk about it again.
Fair enough. It'll be a leap year.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Also, like vaguely topical for something that I picked up.
Go on then.
Okay. So first of all, again, as always, adding to the corona rules, we have 3 rules. Number 1, we don't kill people. Number 2, we always have to get away with it. And number 3, we only steal from people that deserve to be stolen from. Now I'm going to describe to you a plot. And you then can tell me where this plot is from.
All right.
A bald...
Ocean's 11.
Huh?
Ocean's 11.
It's not Ocean's 11, no.
Okay.
A bald man.
Ocean's 10.
of immense wealth, owns a huge strip of land to build a spaceport, and on that strip of land, he wants to build a 10,000-year clock, a clock that only ticks once per year.
The spy who shagged me. What was that guy called?
No, it's not Dr. Evil, but it's really close, because that is the real life plan of Jeff Bezos.
No ways.
Yes.
Wait, he wants to do what?
So Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, and
yes,
richest or second richest man in the world. It depends on what day you're looking this up on. But I believe because he is one of the profiteers of the corona crisis.
Absolutely.
Like everyone else on the Forbes list of like, what is it? Richest 200, richest 100. Like the richest pricks in the world, Forbes list. Everyone on that list has lost money due to the crisis, except for Bezos. Like he consistently made money throughout the crisis. And like one of his pet projects is the SpaceX program.
Yeah.
Which it's like one of those things that apparently rich megalomaniacs do. Elon Musk has his own space program, and so does Jeff Bezos. And he wants to build a spaceport somewhere in Texas. There's a mountain range. It's mostly his property. And on that mountain range, he wants to erect a 10,000-year clock, 60 feet high. Ticks once a year and just goes for a full lap in 10,000 years.
Why?
That's a good question. It's for visitors. It's more of an art installation to show the fickle nature of human time and the passing of millennia.
And it only ticks once a year?
Yes. And it's also...
Like, I bet you it's pretty cheap to go and visit that like every other day of the year, but on that one day...
Oh, yeah, true.
Tickets are more expensive.
Or maybe it's just one very, very slow tick.
So there's not even that one moment when it goes click. It's
maybe just... I didn't look into the details of that. Also, it's not completed at the moment. But
so that's not even the thing we're going to steal.
I thought we might, because they are building it at the moment.
Right.
And I believe chances are actually pretty good that they are still building at the moment because it's somewhere in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's one of the places with the lowest density of population in the world.
Just Jeff Bezos, and now it's not even his wife anymore, so it's just a population of one.
Yeah, he's building it himself, which is how he avoids all that taxes because clockmakers typically don't get taxed.
He just has all the parts delivered by Amazon.
But this project is insane. Like it's straight up something a Bond villain would do, or
100%. But not even, it can't even be something from James Bond because that would be too, like, it's too out there. That's why I was like, I thought it was Austin Powers because it sounds like a mockery of Sean Mockery.
Yeah, it's absolutely it's bizarre. Like that 10,000 year clock idea in itself as an art installation, as like a small scale art installation, I would go, that I can see how artists would be interested in that.
Yeah.
But sort of caving into a mountain to build this 200 feet or 60 meter monstrosity, that just seems bizarre. And then asking visitors to come up all the way. I'm just seeing if I can relook this up because it's one of the things.
You visited like before boarding the shuttle to like fly up into space.
Yeah, just to check the time to see when you leave and when you come
exactly
back.
It's
also it's a massive prank on the astronauts if you just wind up the clock a few thousand years. So they come back thinking they've fallen into a time vortex.
Oh my God, we left at 2:00 and now it's 5:00. Like it's a clock.
We must be in the year 6,000.
Yeah, Yeah, that's just stupid.
Okay, so here's a few more details. The nearest airport is several hours away by car, and a rugged foot trail that rises almost 2,000 feet above the valley floor. That's where this thing is located.
Oh my God, how are we even going to get there?
So the
like normally on all our other heights, we're just like, we'll just buy a plane ticket first class, like from Berlin to wherever we need to go. We'll buy some suits along the way. We'll get there, and then everything will be great. In this case, it's an actual logistical nightmare.
Yeah, so like it's either that we can either steal that, or just rob him in one of his huge mansions.
Well, but what do we have on him? Like, you won't have like as much cash that we thought.
That's the thing, because it's mostly stock. I looked up his net worth. It's like 122 billion ish, but mostly Amazon stock.
Well, that's just ridiculous. I mean, hasn't he ever heard of diversification? Like, what if Amazon goes bankrupt? He'll be the biggest loser.
Yes, poor him. I mean, he'll still.
Did you hear about him getting divorced, and then like his wife got something like $36 billion US?
Yeah, also mostly in stock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, might I add, his wife's first name is Mackenzie.
That's not a name.
Or is that her either, because she's Mackenzie Bezos, and I'm not sure if it's like two last names, or if Mackenzie is her first name, because if it is a first name, it's straight out of porn. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, you'd think that she at least wouldn't, keep her porn name after marrying Jeff. Which is like, hi, like, oh, who's coming for dinner? Oh, it's Jeff and Mackenzie. Which also sounds like a gay couple.
Jeff and Mackenzie, yes.
And it could be quite an exciting gay couple, like Jeff and Mackenzie might be quite fun, But then, like, in walks like Jeff Bezos, like Mr. Egghead himself, and Mackenzie, who, like, I bet you she's got one of those American accents that, like, is always asking a question.
Oh God, yes, yeah, the typical Valley girl.
Maybe, who knows?
Is that a thing? I
don't want to throw any shade on her, but she did marry Jeff.
No, in case she's listening to the podcast, because sometimes the people we rob or involve in the podcast are listening.
It has happened. It has happened.
Also, wasn't there like this thing about text messages Jeff Bezos sent?
No.
To an affair? Am I making this up? Was that a fever dream?
Might be. He sent out text messages via SMS. Who still does that?
Maybe it wasn't SMS, but he sent out texts, maybe via iMessage or whatever he's using. If he's using an Amazon phone, I'm sure they arrived like several hours late. But yeah, like naughty text messages apparently. You'll get premium delivery on my cock.
To Mackenzie or to everyone?
I think to everyone in the company. I think to someone else.
No, just like to all clients. Oops. That would have been amazing.
Wow.
I've heard talking about
Jeff Bezos texts to mistress.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. No, you go. I know.
My memory is very vague, right? I've been thinking about this huge giant Jeff Bezos clock.
Yes.
We
all think about Jeff Bezos's enormous clock.
Yes, absolutely. Stop ticking around. And I think I'm not sure whether this is a story of a movie, whether this is actually true, or whether I'm making this up. But from what I understand, if you take and you take like a pendulum or any piece of weight and hang it on a string, like from your ceiling.
Yes.
Right. And you just leave it and it's not moving. Eventually, it'll actually start spinning because of the Earth's gravitational field or because of the Earth's spin. Right. And the bigger you make the weight, the bigger it'll spin. And theoretically, the bigger the weight you make it, it actually slows down the Earth.
This, once again, sounds like a devious plot from a Bond movie.
It might be, but it might also be true. I will look this up in a.
I mean, it does sound logical to me.
Does it?
From what I remember. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the moon slows down the Earth's rotation.
Does it as well?
I think,
Fuck
but
the moon.
it does counteract bits and pieces, which you can see in the oceans. They're moving.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking if anyone wants to make the world stop.
Yes.
It would be Jeff.
100%.
In like the most romantic gestures to get his wife back. Like,
which might prove difficult because Jeff Bezos accused National Enquirer of trying to blackmail him with the leaked text messages. He doesn't rule out the possibility that Saudi Arabia hacked his phone.
Like the entire country got together.
Yeah.
They have like a national hack Jeff Bezos' phone day.
A hackathon.
A huge hackathon.
Yeah. Somewhere in the middle of the desert.
Which he loves.
Yeah. And then they
built a huge giant keyboard.
Hacked his bald phone.
And what did the messages say?
It doesn't say. I think it's behind the paywall.
That's literally the worst hack ever. Like Saudi Arabia then put up a paywall.
Oh God, there's more. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend reportedly sent her brother text messages. Jesus Christ.
Why?
This man. It's the funniest thing though that one of the richest people in history, that someone who's so vile that he doesn't pay taxes and considers it an act of philanthropy if he donates like 100 quote unquote by investing into another corporation that supposedly helps the homeless and considers that philanthropy. It's so funny that that even he can be taken down by inappropriate text messages.
Well, it looks like everyone can.
Yes.
Except maybe Trump. He might be immune.
Trump at this point is today, by the way, is the day that we've learned for sure that it's going to be Trump versus Biden in 2020.
We know this already?
Yeah, Sanders dropped out today.
I don't watch the news.
Well, I mean, it's going to be Trump then, but yeah.
Damn.
So it's going to be 4 more years of planning heists to rob Donald J. Fuckface Trump.
Man, this podcast is taking like a real like anti-Trump, like big corporate America turn. Like we're really going against them.
Have you heard this Musk thing? The Musk thing? Stories. Because right now everyone is looking for protective masks.
Do you know that I have? I mean, I'm busy rebuilding a boat. Like I have masks up. Like I've got 100 masks lying around here. Like the good kind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of selling them for like 30,000 euros.
You could turn
buying a new boat.
Profit. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Like maybe that's a reasonable thing to do. Because so here's the thing. I've read this in several news outlets in Germany and from France, that both France and Germany have ordered masks, and while still on the runway, the US outbid them and had the masks delivered to their country.
Yes, I saw this. This was like considered an act of international piracy.
Yes, I mean
that's great.
Yeah, it's absolutely bizarre that this country, without any proper health insurance or any working health system whatsoever, can just but they are.
Do you think looks more like a pirate, Trump or Jeff Bezos?
Bezos. Trump is too fat. Just Trump is tall.
I could imagine Bezos with like with an eye patch and a peg leg. And
I mean, scar up his face and he looks like a fully blown movie villain. Like right now he just looks like a shaved egg, like an evil version of Moby.
Wow.
But
I mean, what happened to Moby? It could be Moby.
It could be. It could be one of Moby's best sound performances. Like if you take all the Jeff Bezos quotes he made over the past
Into one big, wow, that would be such a Moby thing to do.
Yeah, just speed it up and play it for 10,000 years. And it's going to be the most amazing song in the world.
Yeah. Oh, God. I just realized I have a dislike for Moby as well. So, like, that's Trump, all of corporate America, and Moby. Okay, so we're going to steal this giant clock. I think we're going to do that. I mean, it's a pity he doesn't have any of his rockets finished yet, because I'd love one of his rockets.
Yeah, true. Like the SpaceX rocket. Have you perchance seen that John Oliver episode about Jeff Bezos?
No.
Okay, so he does show like some of the. I think they're still like blueprint designs, because they're not completed yet at the moment. Like all rockets by nature look phallic.
Yes.
But like the Jeff Bezos rocket, it even has a mushroom cap.
Oh, really? Just to make it even more.
It's amazing. If they make it pink and purple with two ball-shaped boosters, it's just going to go all the way. Other than that, it's just a massive penis.
That's pretty good. I mean, maybe he's just like the world's biggest troll. Like, he just loves it.
But I would think that title would go to Elon Musk and his 13-year-old Twitter personality.
You know who would probably help us rob the giant clock? Like, it would be Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like, he'd drop everything and be like, this is the best thing ever.
100%. But then again, Elon Musk has a history of failing these projects.
Of all projects.
Well, not all. I mean, Tesla clearly is fairly successful, I want to say.
Yeah, I think
mildly
so. And I mean, so is his space company.
Yeah, is it? Does it turn a profit? I mean,
what turns a profit nowadays?
Right.
You're seeing this whole profit thing far too.
It's just Amazon.
Yeah.
But Elon Musk's ventilators he tried to manufacture for the US, apparently they're not good enough, and they can't be used for medical purposes. And his last publicity stunt of trying to get the Thai children out of the cave.
Oh yeah, with like the submersible submarine thing.
Yeah, which also was a huge failure. So I mean, yeah, get Elon Musk involved by all means, but I would not rely on his proficiency.
He might be a potential client. I mean, if anyone's going to buy the giant clock,
I feel like Elon Musk is our go-to client.
He would be. I think so. I think he's the. I mean, who else is there? Like, it would have to be someone else on the top 10 list. Like, who else we've got? Like Bill Gates, but I think Bill. I don't know. It's not his thing, right?
No. It's. I mean,
who else is on the list? Warren Buffett. Maybe his wife, maybe Jeff Bezos' wife, maybe Mackenzie wants to buy the clock.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think Mackenzie would actually be a better. And then just have the clock display Bezos' text messages for 10,000 years.
Wow. I mean, imagine you're like an alien that comes down from outer space. And it's like 10,000 years later, like there's no humans, right? And the only thing that remains is a giant clock displaying like weird sexual messages from someone called Jeff. Like that is humanity's legacy.
I would not count it out that Jeff Bezos signs all his sexts with Jeff Bezos.
Oh, absolutely. Like it's not even like it's in his signature, like an SMS signature. Like he actually writes it out every time.
Yeah.
Do you think he calls himself Jeff, or do you think he calls himself Jeffrey?
Is Jeffrey even his name?
Well, I mean, no one's just called Jeff.
Yeah, but he's an eccentric madman. He could be Jeffenberg or Jeffaniel. Jeffaniel Bezos.
This will go on the research list.
Okay.
I mean, he must have, no one comes from America, right? Like, he's not like a Native American.
But I always want to say, like, Bezos sounds vaguely Hispanic.
Greek, I would say.
Oh. Huh. Yeah. Maybe he's an ancient Greek deity.
Well, ancient, I mean, like in another life, he's also just like a haggling Greek merchantman in Athens, like peddling wares and being like, man, I really wish I could bring all these wares into people's homes
on the same day.
On the same day when they want it. And it's like, but Jeff, they don't want this. But they do. They just
don't know it yet.
But they want it now.
Yeah. One day the world will recognize my genius. Okay, then we are going on research break.
Yeah.
Just give myself a camera signal for the edit. Okay. Okay, I actually do have a few links already, but
that's fine. I'm just going to look at some stuff as well.
SpaceX Falcon 9 is the
Jeffrey Bezos. Oh, it really is.
It is Jeffrey Bezos.
It's Jeffrey Preston Bezos.
Wow. Jeffrey Preston Bezos is in huge trouble. Jeff Bezos doing fine.
Oh no, my word. There's so much more in here. He's born Jeffrey Preston Jurgensen.
Jurgensen?
Jurgensen.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to look this up.
Yeah. Try and find some more dirt on Jeff Bezos. So. How are you doing so far?
Yeah, we can go for it.
Yeah, I'll just look up one more tiny little thing on maps, which doesn't seem to really want to open on me. Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, shall we just go again?
Brilliant. Yes.
Yeah, this is okay. This is Seattle, unfortunately, but yeah. Okay, then we'll back in 3, 2, 1. There's no need to press anything because we just keep going. Okay, we are back from our research break.
Before we start properly, we have to correct one thing that we got terribly wrong right to begin with.
Yes.
So Elon Musk's space company is called SpaceX.
Yes. Oh yes. Yeah.
Jeff Bezos is Blue Moon. No, Blue Origin.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, my favorite
just in case.
Cocktail.
Blue Origin.
The Blue Origin.
What's in a Blue Origin cocktail?
Blue Curacao, rum.
Okay.
Vodka.
Isn't it a Blue Lagoon?
A bit of lime. Oh, and human fingernails.
Isn't that called a Blue Lagoon?
I was just making this up as I went along, but...
Oh, okay. Fine. I got you.
I think I got you.
Fine.
One of Bezos's quotes concerning the 10,000-year clock is, "We've always been fairly short-sighted as a species."
I'm sure him and Elon Musk and etc., they're all looking into how to live forever, right?
Yes, 100%. And if it is remotely possible at some point, it will be them.
And then they'll just be like this little club of people, and they all hate each other.
Yeah.
But they kind of respect each other because they're all ancient.
Oh, but can you imagine, though? Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, who are both in their 50s? Musk might even be a bit younger.
Yeah.
So if they discover immortality now, like they'll still be like vaguely workable people.
Yeah.
But it's too late for people like Warren Buffett and who's the Fox News guy? Rupert Murdoch.
Oh, yeah.
They will be seniors forever.
Yes.
But they would still cling on to life.
Like Palpatine.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
But I mean, let's call things the way they are, right? I mean, so Jeff Bezos is not called Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is actually called Jeffrey Preston Bezos.
What about
That's right.
Jurgensen?
Oh, yes. He was born Jeffrey Preston Jurgensen. But then he was, his mom remarried and she married a Cuban
I see.
man called Miguel Mike Bezos. And Bezos it's Cuban. Actually, it's not Greek. So I take back. I'm sorry to all the Greek merchants that I offended by calling them Bezos.
Selling their amphoras. It's also, again, like I've read like a few things about the team behind the 10,000 year clock.
Oh yeah, please tell me.
They're engineers and they're like overall geniuses. One guy founded a tech company. There's one guy who invented, because they are drilling a shaft into the mountain near the blue.
Drilling a shaft into the mountain.
Yes.
Is the mountain not high enough for it?
I don't. They need to like the clockwork needs to be in the mountain.
Oh,
it needs to be sunk into the mountain.
Okay.
And I believe like only a bit of the face of the clock will actually show with the mechanics being hidden in the shaft.
Oh, okay.
But still, still open for visitors. So the thing is, as they're drilling the shaft, one of them has developed a robotic arm that cuts a staircase into the mountain.
That's amazing.
And again, like that's where a Bond villain would live. That's the lair of a Bond villain, in an 100%. Emptied mountain shaft. So yeah,
that's also where dwarves are born. I mean, just telling me the story, like Gimli, son of Groin, would be absolutely thrilled by this project.
But in their greed, they dug too deep and found an ancient evil.
Yes, it was Jeff Bezos. Fly, you fools!
Oh man, yes, this guy, this story, this team, but the team actually, they all sound amazing. Then there's Jeff Bezos, who just keeps going back to the article is also quite interesting because it keeps going back to the pyramids, which, like, obviously for these people it is like the key inspiration. Like 4,500 years after the pyramids have been built, they are still around. So, and that's sort of the monument they want to erect. And one of the things it goes into detail of describing, goes like, Bill Gates funds malaria research. Warren Buffett provides family planning to underprivileged families. And Jeff Bezos erects a monumental clock to help us change our perspective on time.
What a man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously got a long view into history. I mean, this might be the next big thing. Yes.
No, genuinely, if they get this done, and this outlasts whatever catastrophe will eventually destroy mankind,
then this will be the next big thing.
It might be the last thing.
So are they building this on his family ranch?
Pretty near that. Like, that's actually what he offered. The one in Texas. He's also, because I did look into Jeff Bezos' real estate before the show, and he owns property all across the US and probably worldwide. He does have property in Texas, but they are building it on the mountain ridge near the Blue Origin landing site. I think it's a landing site at the moment. He wants to transform it into a spaceport.
I'll have to look up where that is. I looked up some interesting things about his private ranch. His private ranch is it's 0.17% the size of Texas.
But I think it's somewhere in the vicinity there. It's all.
Did you know that Texas is almost double the size of Germany?
I would have presumed something like that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. Because, I mean, everything's always measured, like the size of Texas, right? Like, to get a view of things. And, like, I didn't realize that, like, Germany is half the size of Texas.
No, Texas is. But then again, like, how many people are living in Texas? What's the total population? It's not that much, I reckon.
28.7 million.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Yeah, that's not a lot if you consider how many people live in Germany.
Yeah.
All right. So
it's mostly
that's amazing. Okay. So do you find anything about what the state this is in?
So they are building it, like having up the mountain, and they do have certain parts, because I think, like, we can't. It's a massive mountain. Like we can't move mountains. Only faith can do that.
Yeah.
But we could take some of the stainless steel Geneva wheels. There are 20. I'm not sure if they're all built yet, but they do make up the clock's chime computer. And they are vaguely, I had to guess, there was a man standing next to it. So I would presume 3.5 meters in diameter. So not ideal to transport by car.
No.
Also interesting, the giant robotic arm for cutting the steps.
Ah, that is interesting. That could be useful as well.
Yeah, we could cut our way out.
We could cut our way. I mean, just a question, right? I mean, if Muhammad won't go to the mountain, maybe the mountain should come to Muhammad.
I'm listening. Do we get them to deliver the?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, if he's good at anything, like, you know, the easiest way to solve this crime is if we just get him to deliver it like tomorrow.
Yes.
Wherever we need it to be. But I mean, that just is a thought that what? You've got it.
No, but
you just fell out your chair with excitement. I'm very excited.
Do you think that actually could be the key to solving it? Convincing Jeff Bezos that any man can build a 10,000-year clock into a mountain, but only a true God emperor could move the mountain and the clock.
And he just pours his entire vast fortune into moving the mountain?
Yeah. I mean, thus far he's invested $42 million, which, like, that's pocket change to him.
That's nothing.
Yeah. Like,
that's just been into
literally nothing. He would not notice $42 million falling out of his pocket.
Probably not, right? Oh, look, people have rated the West Texas site.
Oh.
Yeah, that's amazing.
How have they rated?
April Gindrich says, greatest structure out there, worth the visit and the drive. 5 stars.
So I think it should be near El Paso. That should be the nearest airport, at least the nearest international airport.
That's crazy. People don't actually rate these things. They don't actually go there. I don't believe this.
Do you think Jeff Bezos has paid people rating it on Google?
I don't think so, because only 13 people have rated it. Which is also weird, but I think something's funny going on here, because like it's not showing me all the 1-star reviews.
Yes.
It's only showing me the 3 stars reviews.
All the 1-star reviews vanished without a trace.
Wow, this is very strange. One of the guys writes, which is interesting, found from great book about cutting edge rock guys. Space Barons, FR Lib.
What?
This guy knows something.
Yeah. Like that sounds like a visitor from the future or the past.
Yeah. Found from great book about cutting edge rock guys. Space Barons, FR Lib. This is amazing. Cutting edge rock guys. Yeah.
Fixed
so what I'm
time.
not quite sure is like, so is Jeff Bezos like, are they on the cutting edge of like cutting rock, or is like he a rock guy? Like is he like music rock, or like actual?
Is he in a band? Does he play the bass? Maybe both.
Yeah, exactly. Has he set up? I mean, what instrument would Jeff Bezos play?
I feel like he's a drummer.
Yeah,
he's obsessed with timing and time, and also like one of his probably most famous quotes, which also sort of explains the mindset that is behind this lunacy, is at the shareholders conference in 1997. He said, "It's all about the long term. Because of our emphasis on the long term, we may make decisions and weigh trade-offs differently than some companies."
Mm-hmm.
And like he's had like all these crazy long-term plans, which he's gotten through with, like buying Whole Foods in the US, I think, because he really wanted to get into the food delivery business. I think it was Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Yeah, because apparently thinks that's where the real money is.
What I liked about this as well, is when he started Amazon,
Yes.
he took $300,000 from his parents to start the company. Which I love, which I mean, it's one of the things like, oh, like poor guy is working his well up in the world, like doing his best that he can. I was like, if I went to my parents, I was like, hey guys, I would like 300,000 euros, dollars, for you to invest in my company. They would laugh at me.
Yes. Like, fair enough. But like a lot of these stories go, these sort of self-made men, which Trump also thinks he is, like, a lot of these stories start with, well, you know what, he started with nothing but $1 million loan in his pocket from his parents. And like, it's a loan from your parents. It's like, they don't really expect you to pay back. Here's a picture, by the way, of the, I apologize for the poor video quality, of the robotic arm.
That's amazing. It could be anything.
Yeah, that cuts into the stone.
So how big are these things that we're talking about? Like the clock. Like, how big is it going to be?
From what I've read, it's supposed to be 200 feet high, which is like 60 meters, I think.
And that would be like the main hour hand is going to be 60 meters high.
I'm not even sure if it has like traditional hands, or if it has some more like a pendulum going back and forth, and maybe like a smaller hand measuring the hours. Because they've sort of built a prototype, which just does look like the internal workings of a grandfather clock, but sort of in a bizarre Escher kind of way.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So do you think we could move the whole thing in one go? Or are you more for having them deliver it somewhere? Or are you more for us taking it apart into little bits and firing it off in space rockets?
That's a good finale, certainly. Because Earth is not meant to last, and Jeff Bezos finally needs to start thinking in the long term.
Well, I mean, yes, the ultimate frontier.
I don't think we can take the whole thing in one. I don't think it actually can be, because if it's drilled into a mountain, without moving the actual mountain, it's going to be difficult.
And just to go back to the beginning of the start of the podcast, like the corona problem is still there.
Yes.
We can't actually travel to the United States.
I think we still can.
How?
Or can we not? Because
we can't.
You can still book flights.
No, you can't.
Oh, no, travel restriction of the destination. You're right, you can't. Well, then we just have to have it delivered. But good for us. 2 employees of Blue Origin have tested positive for coronavirus. So that could actually, in a way, be our way in.
Because we're doctors?
No, but we, as we have contracted coronavirus before, are immune to coronavirus.
Because everyone in Europe has already gotten it.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the US at the moment, kudos, world leaders in coronavirus.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but genuinely, it's you can't put a 10,000-year clock at risk, because the fickle minds behind it might die.
So there's probably no one around right now.
I mean, there's only... sorry, we're recording late into the night, it seems. There's only a small team anyway. I don't think there's that many people working on the clock at any given time, so they might... And
how far away is the nearest Amazon center delivery house?
Amazon warehouse
thing, right? Because, like, what I would also love is everyone who works there getting into the little Amazon robots, cars that they all drive around, and just driving over there in a fit of rage. Everyone's got like a tool, and they start taking this thing apart in an ultimate revenge thing.
That would be amazing. There's 2 Amazon warehouses in Texas. One in Fort Worth and one in Austin. I think Austin is in East Texas now. So I'm just gonna check where Fort Worth is. Fort Worth, Texas.
This is probably really obvious for anyone who's
from Fort Worth.
Oh no, it's really far away.
It is.
Yeah.
It's near Dallas.
Yeah, El Paso. If there's one in El Paso, that'd be great.
No, there's one in Austin. No, Austin's also very far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
this
there's
really
one.
is far away from everything, man.
Well, and people in the US are willing to drive for a long way. Yeah, I know it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. But have you got a location on the Blue Origin spaceport?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's close to El Paso.
Okay. Let me check that if there's an Amazon warehouse in El Paso.
Well, when I say close, I mean like.
Yeah, a few hours drive.
You just got to take highway number 10, and take a turn off on by road 54, and then it's your first stop on the right.
There does not seem to be an Amazon warehouse in El Paso. But I would still say either drive there. There might be one in New Mexico though.
Yeah.
Let me check that real quick.
Things are really far away from everything.
Closer,
like the nearest biggest town is Albuquerque. But even Albuquerque is about as far away as Fort Worth.
There's an Amazon fulfillment center in Albuquerque.
Yeah, but I mean, then they might as well come from Fort Worth, Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, we might have to just safely have the clock taken apart and delivered to both just to make sure it arrives on time. Because again, like these, the Geneva wheels inside, I'm just saying Geneva wheels though and know what it is. They are stainless steel and they are huge. And they are spinning on bearings made of ceramics. Because that does not need lubrication.
Bearings? Wow.
Yeah.
Shit is happening there. So, yeah. So I'm still not sure how we're gonna play this one.
Yeah. I mean, again, if we can somehow get to Elon Musk, and maybe
he would be keen.
Or at least convince him that actually it's instead of going to space or going to Mars, it's either that or convince Elon Musk to do the Dr. Manhattan thing and erect a giant clock on Mars, because that actually is the plot of the Watchmen graphic novel.
Well, you know what they always say. Always, right?
Yes.
When they do these tests for what is it like living on Mars and that sort of thing, they always go and do that in Texas, don't they?
Do they? I mean, there's no place that seems to be as close to Mars as Texas.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's really inhospitable.
Yeah.
It's just not a great time. People don't like going there. It's very dry, and there's red sand.
Yeah, they do. I've just looked this up. Yeah.
So what if we convince him to land?
Yes.
His Mars rover at West Blue Origin. I think that's going to be difficult. I feel like stealing Musk's rocket is another thing that we're going to have to do at some point. I feel like this is some cross cross pollination going on here. I think we've got to get in there somehow and guess. What's really quite nice is it also says here, if you look up West Texas Blue Origin landing site, it says the opening hours might vary due to COVID-19, which is quite nice. Yeah, damn. I mean, I'm still thinking, I think you might be right. The best way is we need to get them to send this to us.
Yeah. I think that's, especially in the times of Corona, like the safest way of getting all the parts without any personal interaction.
But we should just be doing drop shipping, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not going to touch any of the wares at all.
I mean, I don't think we can. I don't think either of us could lift any of the wheels, and we can't lift them together.
No.
I mean, we could touch them one on each end because of its huge diameter. We'd still maintain the proper safety distance.
And how many wheels are there?
20.
Gee whiz, no, that's a lot of wheels.
Yeah.
And does one need all the parts?
Well, if we want to rebuild it, yes, but if we just want to use them for decoration, no.
For tables?
Yeah, maybe. For huge bicycles.
What are they made of again?
Stainless steel.
Okay.
Like, again, maybe together we might be able to lift like a stainless steel cog. Even if it's a big one.
Though.
No.
Put it back out.
Certainly. Yeah. So again, 20 of those wheels, I think they are the best thing we can get out of the heist.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
without putting down 42 million to rebuild the clock.
Rebuild the whole thing itself,
and sort of owning the property to build it on.
I mean, have you just looked on Amazon whether one can buy it?
No. Shall I check for the long now clock?
Yeah, just look. Maybe it's there.
Just to make sure.
Yeah. I'd be surprised. I must admit.
Yeah, maybe. There's certainly books on it. Oh, no, I don't want to subscribe to Wired. A clock face that resembles a revamped Starfleet logo. Oh, here it is. Oh, my God. Oh, good gravy. Okay, here it is. I actually found a photo of the mechanics of it. If you are watching this on YouTube,
yes,
please observe.
Wow.
So, the clock face is essentially seems like a sphere. It's hard to describe. There's weights and counterweights and like wheels, and other than that, it looks like something out of alchemy rather than science.
Which is a good way of describing that, I think.
Yeah, if you were to imagine a machine to manufacture gold from lead, this is what it would look like.
Maybe that is what it's doing.
That would be amazing, though.
It would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Though.
So but we can maybe get the 20 wheels delivered to us. But
let's take a quick research break to have a look what the possibilities of all these are, and then we can come back and try and define this plan a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, the insanity.
I'm giving you an edit point.
Yes, thank you. Oh.
Feel free to use any of those.
I might use all of them. Honestly, I'm just watching a video about the robotic stone saw. And that alone looks amazing. It cuts into 2 meters of concrete.
That sounds amazing.
It just starts carving out the stairs. To save energy, the clock will not move its dials unless they are turned. That is powered by a visitor. The clock calculates the correct time, but will only display the correct time if you wind up its display wheel.
So it's powered by humans.
Yes.
Yeah, Blue Origin offers a lot of jobs, but nothing that we would be able to apply for.
Remote work only at the moment.
Hang on. I'm getting a lot of messages here. What's going on? Right, I'm back. This heist is notoriously difficult.
Yes, which again, like I had this backup plan of just robbing one of his houses, but now we are stuck with
Now
with a
we've
giant
gone
clock.
full blown. The giant clock. I mean, it is interesting. I mean, should we try and go for the giant clock, or should we try and go for the concrete thing?
I think it's too late to go for anything but the giant clock. Maybe the concrete thing on top, but certainly. I feel like we're missing like a key ingredient here of sort of appealing to Bezos's vanity. Like one of the things shall we just start recording again? Because I don't think.
Yeah, go for it.
Research is so snappity snap. We're back from a fairly unsuccessful research break. And I was just about to say that maybe one of the key ingredients to getting this to work is appealing to Bezos's vanity and like his megalomaniacal tendencies of trying to build something that outlasts the ages.
Yeah.
So, do you think Jeff Bezos were to believe that we are time travelers? Do you believe we can convincingly sell Jeff Bezos the idea that we are from the future, we are from the year 12,000, and we've traveled back in time to make sure that the future happens, that our future happens, and for that, the millennium clock, the long now clock, has to be moved? Or do you think he's just not that gullible?
I fear he might not be. Don't know how we get hold of him.
Do you think Elon Musk might be that gullible?
Yes.
Do you think we can convince Elon Musk to outbid Jeff Bezos on this and, as an act of humanity, protect mankind in this 10,000 year clock project and move the thing? And we can get hold of Elon Musk on Twitter?
100%. We'll just ask him with this idea. Yes. And how do I rob this? We only have to do a new account. We can just use one of our private ones, actually.
Both our private ones to give us some clout.
100%. If anywhere there was someone who's
rich and gullible enough,
and just an absolute zealot for like the cause.
Yes.
He will. They're all connected. They're all in one big WhatsApp group for sure. He would be able to convince. I mean, the thing is, this might snowball, right? Like, this could be. We've also got to convince. We've got to tell Elon that this is like he can't make this too big of a deal.
Yes.
Like he can't tell all his Twitter followers. He can't tell everyone else. He can't do anything else. He's just got to move the clock.
The future will know, though.
The future will know. They
will recognize him as the hero he was born to be.
The people will know. I mean, because he is still alive in the future. I think that's important to tell him that.
On Mars.
But he's currently going through regeneration to return him to the glorious figure that he currently has.
Yes. That's good.
Because in the future, he's much older and less trim and as good looking as he is right now. So
but full body regeneration is not a deal in the year 10,000.
No.
Especially on Mars, where the best rejuvenation clinics are located.
They're all there, exactly. So that's why he himself can't come back from the future in order to deliver this really important message.
It also might cause a time paradox.
Yes.
If he does it himself. Okay, but I think Elon Musk certainly has the means, especially in the times of Corona, with fewer people on premises, to just remove the wheels.
Oh yeah.
And the stone cutting thing.
Well, just to be clear,
yes,
Elon Musk gets the wheels. We get the stone cutting thing.
Oh, I thought we would just have it all delivered to our home address.
No, I mean depends what we do with the wheels. I don't care what we do with the wheels. We'll sell those for a profit.
I mean, I think we can take one each.
We need the stone cutting thing for episode We don't talk about that one, but we might still need it in the future.
Yes. And it is fairly cool. I'm just going to have to send you the link to the video because it's just essentially it's a rotating buzzsaw on a giant robotic arm cutting into stone.
It's amazing. Like, I'm going to drive the thing to work.
100. You absolutely should. I mean, even if traffic is back to normal, the usual nightmare, you can just cut through it.
You don't cut through the traffic, but you just cut through buildings and like pavement, and just like you just go for it. Like you become like the evil mole man, like at the beginning of Incredibles 2.
Yeah. Just shape your own future.
Absolutely.
Then again, I would also personally at least like one of the wheels. So I think either of us should get hold of one of the wheels.
But are you going to use it for like something like a decorative reason, or are you just going to use it for like freeletics?
Oh, I might. Yeah, it's good. It's like one of those giant wheels from a tractor.
Yeah, and then you'll take it to your local park and just start flipping it. I mean, just carrying it down to the local park will already be enough of an exercise.
That would be amazing. It's a wheel. I can spin it.
Yes. That's how these things work. Up and down the stairs is just going to be more challenging.
Yeah. I mean, down the stairs will be fine. Up the stairs.
But it's also great. I mean, you can always just keep it around and have your bike attached to it so that no one steals it.
True.
I mean, so that no one steals the wheel.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no one would touch your bike.
No, 100% not. That was a very, very cheap deal made out of old Heckler and Koch parts. Okay, so that's...
Do you think we can convince, just to make the whole thing, turn it just into more fun, right?
Yes.
Do you think we can convince Elon to buy... Well, maybe he doesn't even have to buy them. Maybe we can just convince him. All the people from Dallas-Fort Worth who work at Bezos' plant there, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, they're just fucked off working for him right now. I mean, they're not getting masks. They still have to work really hard. They're not even getting a bonus. They still live off food stamps. They're not having a great time.
They probably don't get a break to pee if that's still a thing. Well, they know. I mean, they get 30 seconds every 2 hours. I believe that was the
30 seconds every 2 hours.
That was their deal.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Could you urinate in 30 seconds? Let alone make your way to the nearest urinal?
I could, but I must admit I would leave behind a bit of a dribble.
Also, you would have to start as you make your way to the toilets.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you have the same thing. Like I have this, like, you have like your standard belt and your standard pair of pants. And when like your body knows when it's time to start peeing. Yeah. But then when you get like a new belt or like a new pair of pants or like you're wearing something different, and then the just like the process is a little bit longer than normal, like then it becomes like an emergency situation, like that's when your break turns into like not so nice break.
It's like that thing when you really have to go for a shit. Yeah. And you walk home and your bowels see your building.
Oh yeah, no. Then
and just go like, yep.
Time is ticking.
Good enough.
Release. So do you think we can convince all of them to get into their vehicles and head over there and help us load up these wheels?
If we leave some of the wheels to them, certainly. There's a Game of Thrones quote, break the wheel.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, to just essentially sort of demonstrating that the aristocracy must end.
Yes.
It's a constant wheel of power turning and burying the people underneath. I believe that
anyone believes in the aristocracy must come down and has watched Game of Thrones, it will be every single Amazon employee.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly will be hell-bent on bringing about a revolution if we can deliver them the promise of better working conditions, longer urinal breaks.
Do we need Elon?
Do you think we just walk up with an army of Amazon employees?
Yeah, and we're just like, look at me. I'm the captain now. Like we just take the wheels. Like we just take the wheels.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
Then the Blue Origin becomes a collective communist run space agency.
Yeah.
And it's run by the people.
The means of space travel belong in the hands of the people.
Absolutely. I mean, do you want Jeff Bezos on Mars, or do you want the people of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas?
I mean, right now I would take Jeff Bezos on Mars. Only him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just him.
Just him. No supplies.
In his pajamas.
Yeah.
Just like, holy shit. Yeah.
I mean, which also would, if we go for the I'm your captain now way, that would solve that problem, because we can't travel to the US currently.
No.
But we can have ourselves delivered to the US.
Oh.
Just hide in a huge package.
Yes.
A box that will last for with food that's going to last for let's say a week. I think it might take a week.
No, it'd go much faster. Same day delivery.
Okay, well then enough food for a day.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, like, let's calculate in like 3 days, just in case.
Fair enough. I mean, we'll survive 3 days without food either way, but let's be comfortable as we're doing this heist.
Yeah, I mean, I only ship first class.
Yeah, I think shipping first class is pretty much traveling economy.
That might be more comfortable. So, but I still think that leaves Elon as the most likely buyer for the same reason. I mean, we're still going to tell him to buy these because he needs to set it up. He needs to understand.
On Mars.
Because the future needs it to happen. It needs to happen on Mars. Oh
that's
my God.
That's his legacy, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I think, again, like convincing Elon Musk to do something uncharacteristically crazy, that's not the pivotal point of this heist. That's certainly going to be the easiest part of it.
That is going to be the easiest part. So
we'll get in the package.
Yes, we're getting in the package.
Each. Have ourselves delivered to Fort Worth. Yep. Rally the workers there.
I mean, we won't even have to be delivered to anyway. Like, we'll just get out when we get to the Amazon center.
Oh yeah.
Before it gets delivered, we just get out.
With 4 or 5.
Listen to me, people of Dallas.
Surprise!
I have come from the future.
Oh my God! This box is our destiny.
Yes, I mean, we'll.
Do we even have to leave the boxes?
On the return sender, where it says where does this package come from?
Yeah.
We'll write there from the future.
Good.
I mean that's proof, right?
My other idea was we don't even leave the boxes. We'll just be talking boxes. Like the burning bush.
That's amazing. Okay, here's another idea. How about we order all the Bluetooth speakers we can?
Yeah, I was just going to say that in case we we don't even go. We might.
We don't have to leave. No, we just go. Okay, and then we sync them all up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that the entire Amazon.
Oh yes.
At Fort Worth, all the boxes start speaking the message all at the same time.
Listen to us, people of the past.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
all the boxes will be from the future. Like, they'll be like, oh my God, and then we tell them, this is what they need to do.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I like
what they will. You know what they'll also need. They're also going to need tools. They're going to need some, not necessarily weapons, but kind of like hammers, pickaxes, torches, all that sort of thing, right? And we'll just have all of that delivered there.
Yeah.
It'll all be there, and they'll be their minds will be blown. It'll be open package number B273 from the future.
Yes.
And then they'll be oh my God, it's a pitchfork. And
it's
then the
a sign of God.
It is a sign of God.
Open C39X. Oh my God, it's a Bluetooth box. Sorry, wrong package. Open the one with a torch and the pitchfork.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, and so then they all grab all the tools that they need. How many people work there?
Yeah, I didn't look this up. I would have to take a guess. Hang on. Warehouse at damn it. Stupid disobedient hands. Fort Worth. Hard to tell.
Yeah. Funny that they don't.
But it's certainly like more people than are working on the 10,000-year clock.
I mean, they currently. Wow, more than 5,000 workers in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, and they're looking. And this was an article from 2018, and at that point they were looking to hire another 5,000.
Okay, so we have an army.
So there's enough. Yeah, we definitely have enough. That's fantastic. Okay, so they all get in their cars, their vehicles with all the pitchforks, the torches, the hammers, the spades, the gloves for lifting because they've got delicate hands. And they drive with the Bluetooth boxes, of course.
Yes.
They drive the quite a while. I think that's quite a drive.
Oh, it's going to be hours. Easily.
You reckon? So it's not like a...
No, it'll be ages. I believe at this point we should already be on our way to the return address.
To the future?
No, I was going for a proper one, but
oh shit, yeah, it's a 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
We should also order them snacks.
Yes.
I mean, they'll be like, oh my God, the benevolent gods from the future have thought of everything. They've thought of snacks. Like, what could be more proof? And you know what?
Before you all get in your cars, take a tinkle.
Yes. And you know what? Take 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's on company time. It's fine.
That's amazing. Yes. So they head over there. It's important because like 7 hours, like they'll need a good audiobook from Amazon as well. That's fine. They can organize that. So, and then they arrive there.
Maybe the Communist Manifesto.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah. Just to.
As read by Bernie Sanders.
Oh, brilliant. Love it. Okay. I hope they have enough copies of the audiobook. So they drive over. It's early evening when they arrive. Or do you want them to drive? Do we want to do this at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon? Like, what's better? When are you at your most? Like, I am done with this. On like a Monday morning at 8.
Yeah.
Or on like a Wednesday at 5.
I want to say Wednesday afternoon. I don't know how about you, but
I think so. Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Wednesday afternoon. They get it. That means they drive overnight, which means it's early morning. The sun is just rising as they arrive at the Texas gate.
Blue Origin mountain range.
Absolutely. The nice thing is, I've already looked up on Amazon. I've done the Google Street View.
Yes.
And there's no particular, there's no security.
Yeah, why would there be? I mean, who would be insane enough to steal these giant clock wheels?
There's like a wee little gate out front.
And there's again, like it's one of the places with the lowest population density worldwide.
You reckon no one's going to do anything in there anyway?
Yeah.
And look, if they don't let them through the gate, which is fine, I understand that, then they literally just drive around it because there's no fences. What are they going to do? So then they drive down Wingo Road. That's what it's called. And they drive down Wingo Road all the way through to the main complex. And there's not a lot of people working on site because most of the Blue Origin employees, they all work in big cities.
Yes.
So like the big overthrow won't even be such a big deal.
Yeah, it's and like again, it's a future spaceport. So this entire thing has been built for the longevity of Amazon
Yeah,
and Jeff Bezos' amazing heritage of being a real life pharaoh.
yeah. Oh, he is. So they get in there, they steal the wheels, and now we have a transport problem.
You mean how do we get the wheels? I think this is where Elon Musk would come in handy.
Like he would literally come in, like
Yeah.
at that point, just when the morale is really low from the people because they're like, oh no, the gods haven't thought of everything. And
On
then
the third day of the revolution, at the rise of the sun, look east.
Oh, amazing. And what music comes playing? I mean, Elon Musk comes like, I'm thinking right at the Valkyrie, like in Apocalypse Now, he comes with helicopters on the horizon.
Yeah. Helicopters are a good means of transport for these giant wheels because you can just sort of attach them to a rope and carry them around.
That's amazing. Yes. And then he just helicopters them out of there.
Yeah. Except for the giant robotic arm, which we'll just put on the lorry.
Which goes somewhere else.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't worry. It's easily going to follow the giant wheels. I mean, how else would you build a giant 10,000-year clock?
Well, you don't need to drill it into a mountain. You can just put it in a very tall building, Elon.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Big Ben would be available.
It might be.
Because
it's not really being used. Government's in lockdown as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and it was being renovated last year, 2 years ago.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so why not just use the space?
And then, so what I'm still missing a little bit is who's giving us money for this? How do we make money?
I mean, if we have the giant robotic arm, we could easily make money with that.
We could make a lot of money. Now,
but that would be work.
Are we being exploitative of the good people of Amazon?
Well, they get their toilet breaks. They're still on company time because they are making deliveries, even if it's delivering themselves.
After that, they literally own Blue Origin.
Yes.
Because
they are shareholders.
And isn't that a rule in Texas? Like everyone, like if you hold it, you hold it. Like if like
you have a gun.
I mean, they all have guns, right? Like they're Texans.
Yeah. Yes. So, no. Yeah. That's a given, I think.
Again, they just become like a little lock-in nation there. Like they start the nation of Blue Origin.
Blue Origin also sounds so fucking suspicious.
Yeah.
It sounds like the villainous company in a sci-fi thriller.
Absolutely.
It is the villains in Firefly. They're called Blue Sun.
They are as well.
Other than that, my iPad won't turn anymore. I think again, if either of us take one wheel for each of us.
Yes, you keep wanting to foist one of these wheels off at me. I will take one.
Yeah, we could just melt it down.
How much does each of them weigh?
I could find anything on the measurements of them, but
I was just wanting to work out the price of the metal. You know,
yeah, it's probably not. It's probably not going to be that much. Again, it is just stainless steel. It's either that or we started as an art installation.
Oh yeah. I mean, people will want to come and view it.
Yeah.
I mean, what I would do is I would take mine and I would hang it off a long string.
To see if your theory.
Yes.
Of gravitational
it would work.
Pressure.
It would work. It would work. It's called. Hang on. It's from Leon Foucault, and it's Foucault's pendulum.
I see.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's also one of the things that we would also steal in another episode if our audience was more science and geeky based, like niche science geeky based. And,
I believe they would tear us and our understanding of science apart, though.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. But, instead we have an amazing audience of, worldly people who, want to hear about Jeff Bezos and his wonderful
Mackenzie
pendulum.
Bezos. Do you think, okay, here's the thing though. Just spinning this all the way back. We could just take our 2 wheels, the ones that aren't in public property or taken by Elon Musk, and sell them to Mackenzie.
Yeah.
As memorabilia.
Yeah.
Because I think
of like a bad time.
Yeah. Well, she seems vengeful.
Ooh, you think so?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, didn't he cheat on her?
Well, yeah, you seem to imply that.
I mean, I felt like the text messages would imply that.
Did they have children?
I don't think so. I don't think the Bezos.
Interesting. I think you're right. Oh no, 4.
Oh.
4 children.
Well, then she should get 4 wheels, 1 for each.
1 for each, yeah. Yep. No, they had 4 children. But I bet you, but no way. I mean, talking about like keeping a low internet profile. Firstly, Mackenzie Bezos' picture on Wikipedia looks like it was taken with one of the wheels. Like, it is the worst pixelated picture I've ever seen.
It's. I found an article in Vanity Fair. Mackenzie Bezos subtly reminds the world her ex is an unrepentant cheapskate.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, look, yep. I just looked up children, and there they are. They all interesting. They all look less. How should I put this? They don't look like what I expected them to look like.
Like eggs.
Yeah, they don't look like little eggs.
Okay, so let's just presume she is willing to buy 4 wheels just to get back at her ex-husband.
Yes, she will.
And she's on the list
each.
of the 25 richest. I don't know if it was Americans or just 25 richest. Blah, blah, blah. One of the 25 richest billionaires. Seems to be worldwide.
Yep.
She has
1 million each.
Yeah, she has a net worth of 40 billion.
Yep.
She would not notice missing 4 million of that. And
not a chance.
Yeah, on top of the heist, we have the satisfaction of having delivered a faulty clock to Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
But he can always return due to Amazon's very kind return policy.
Oh, that would be brilliant. I mean, that really just like rubs salt in the wound, which means, so basically Elon Musk, he doesn't pay anything for the wheels, actually. He just does a good deed.
Yeah.
He then returns them after he's done with them for a price of 1 million each. So he's got how many? 16.
Yes.
Which means Amazon then has to pay him out 16 million.
Also, Amazon has just lost 10,000 employees.
They've also lost 10,000 employees, and we end up with 4 million.
Yeah.
And Mackenzie ends up with 4 state-of-the-art wheels. And then to top it all off, Jeff has to manufacture 4 new wheels.
Yeah, and probably
and
the other.
New ranch.
I would reckon the other 16 also have gotten at least damaged enough to not be used in an accurate 10,000-year clock anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would be really annoying if like a 10,000-year clock is out by like
a year.
1,000 years. Yeah. That would suck. So does that actually mean we've managed to solve this one? I think so. I mean, we managed to get there. It was a bit of a bumpy ride, I must say. This Corona thing does make everything a lot more difficult for everyone.
It's one of those desperate Hail Mary attempts. And also not being in the same room and not drinking whiskey does not really help.
No, that's true. I mean, you were drinking whiskey, right?
No, I was just drinking water.
Oh, well, then maybe I think it's time to go have a whiskey.
Yeah, maybe I'll after this as well, seeing on how the Animal Crossing Kingdom fares. All right, then I would say it's time for our send off.
Everyone stay safe.
Yes.
Everyone keep well. And look, this is really important to me. Just let's take one moment here. Amazon is already the biggest online retailer in the world, but they are not the only online retailer in the world. Like, I'm all for buying things online. I buy everything online, but there are so many different opportunities for you out there. Just call your local bookstore, your local whatever. Like, they are very happy to deliver for you for the same price as Amazon will do it, and they will love you for it. Support local businesses in this time and all time, and fuck Amazon.
Yeah, if you can, if you can support the people that are important to you, support your local stores, support your local gym. There's a lot of gyms which just currently have crowdfunding projects in Germany. Support other artists on Patreon. Just again, if you can, like, we completely understand. I think two of us more so than some other podcasters.
Than many people.
We completely understand how hard this crisis hits. So yeah, that's a melancholy ending.
Stay safe.
Yeah, do that. We are at How Do I Rob This? Let me see if we can hold the camera. It might be mirrored. At How Do I Rob This on all social media platforms. We are on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can find us wherever you find podcasts. You can find the video version of this if the thing doesn't hit me. Damn it. Find the video version of this and all our other heists, which always includes some bonus material on YouTube. We are very happy if you recommend us to a friend, or if you leave us a like wherever you are, or a recommendation or a review. That really, really helps. Other than that, where can the people of the internet find you personally?
They can find me at the Oscar Brown and also at Meals on a Boat, especially if you want to see me renovate a boat. Yeah, there you go.
It's very, very, very interesting content. I saw your story with a cat today. Yes,
thank you.
A cat attacked Oscar's boat.
It did. It's helping me.
And I am at SM Weisbach, and we are How to Rob This. Yeah, remain indoors. Stop the recording now.